My taste in music is something that I've never really discussed on YouTube. I've never really done a video about this. Reason being is, when I started my channel, I wanted it to be a movie-orientated channel. But now, recently, I thought, you know, I love music. You know, I would really like to talk about music on my channel. So what I thought I'd do in this video is show off one of my favourite albums. And that is, without further ado, Dark Night of the Soul by Sparklehorse and Danger Mouse. This is an album which had a very controversial release. The studio kind of refused to release it, and then once Sparklehorse committed suicide, they said, yeah, okay, we'll release it, which is a bit, you know, tasteless. It took somebody's death to get this released, but you know, whatever. I'm not complaining because I love the album. Now, I'm into vinyls. I'm on a big vinyl kick at the moment. I've had this, it was actually bought for me by my gran for my birthday. I've had it for months now. It's definitely one of my favourite albums and one of my favourite sets as well. So basically what I'll do is open it up and show you what's inside. So this is the outer case. So as you can see, there's like an embossed Dark Night of the Soul logo there. Tells you what's inside on that sticker, but I won't ruin the surprise. And then it says up here, Danger Mouse and Sparklehorse present Dark Night of the Soul. So there's the outer box, and you take this lid off, which slides off like this. It's a cardboard box. And the first thing you see is this, which is the vinyl, the record. So we'll whip that out, being very careful not to spill the contents all over yourself. And here's what it looks like. It's actually a double vinyl. There's the front, there's the back with a list of tracks. And this album, it's Danger Mouse and Sparklehorse, but it's basically a compilation. There are so many different artists who actually contribute to this album, all of which are listed with the songs here, as you can see. Now, you've got my favourite singer-songwriter of all time, James Mercer, contributing to a couple of the songs on this one. My favourite song on the album is Just War, and he features in that as the backing vocals, which I thought was pretty cool. I love James Mercer. He's the lead singer of The Shins, which is my favourite band of all time. And I know that The Shins get a bad rap. You know, people say, oh, pretentious indie New York, you know, music students love The Shins and the sellouts and blah blah blah, and I just think that's utter bullshit. You know, I can't stand people who, as soon as a band becomes popular, a band they listen to, they'll suddenly turn against them because they're sellouts. You know, it's like, fuck you, you know, just because that band becomes popular doesn't mean you should stop listening to them. If anything, it should encourage you to support them even more. I've never stopped listening to The Shins. I've loved them for as long as they've been around, you know, and I've never once thought, oh, now that everybody's kind of jumping on the Shins bandwagon, I'm going to hightail it out of here. No way. So I will forever be a Shins enthusiast. But yeah, sorry, that's like a little, I digress. So here you've got the listing of the tracks and who's involved in each one. You get artists such as like Iggy Pop even pops up on one of the tracks. And who else? Let's just have a look. So yeah, you've got Iggy Pop, Black Francis, James Mercer, as I've already said, Jason Little, and there's just a laundry list of people who have been, you know, featured in this album. That's why it sometimes feels more like a compilation, but anyway, so I'll bring out one of the vinyls to show you what it looks like, even though we all know what vinyl looks like, so I don't know why you want to see this. So there's about 3 songs on each side. There's one of the vinyls. I actually have a small record player that I use for these, and yeah, I kind of need to get a half-decent one because I love vinyls. I think they sound so much better than CDs. They sound deeper and richer, so I do love them. So there's one of the vinyls. Just put this away. Okay, you then get a massive envelope, which inside you get the album again on CD, which was handy so I could put it on my iTunes. So there's Dark Night of the Soul, there's the CD, tracks listed there, and you also get the instrumental version here. Another thing about this album, that if you're not familiar with it, David Lynch, the filmmaker, the film director, contributed to this album. He wrote a couple of the songs, he sings some of the lyrics, which is pretty cool because he has a very distinctive voice. And he also did the photography for it. When the studio refused to release this album, like last year, David Lynch released a picture book and said, "This is the album, but in photos." And the studio got really pissed, and, you know, it added pressure on them to release it, which they didn't, again. But David Lynch, the fact that he did that was pretty cool. I do like David Lynch. He's one of my favourite directors. So as well as the albums on CD, you also get some cards which are by David Lynch. See, there's one there made to look like a film poster. Another which is, this is probably the most David Lynch of them all. There's that. Another here. And the final one actually has David Lynch on it with Sparklehorse and Danger Mouse. I love that image. I think there's something so haunting yet peaceful about that image. I absolutely love it. So there's the art cards, and then the final thing in this envelope, which I actually want to get framed at some point when I can afford a frame, is a poster. Again, all the photography is by David Lynch. So there's that. There's the poster, which I think is very kind of, you look at it and it's almost creepy, but then the more you look at it, I find it quite comforting. And I'm not entirely sure why. A lot like his movies in a way, but yeah, I absolutely love that image. See, look, it says down there, visuals by David Lynch, which is awesome. So that's an amazing poster, and I really do want to get that framed. And then you get a big booklet, which is the size of the box. It actually fills the box. Okay, and in this, see if I can get this to show properly, you basically get some song lyrics here, and more photos by David Lynch. So there's one there, which I absolutely love. There's something very kind of Coen Brothers, Roger Deakins about that image that I absolutely love. A very creepy little doll thing. A man in his underpants pretending to be a superhero. Lady with a barbecue. I could, you know, explain what these images mean or whatever, or how I interpret them, but I won't bore you with it. There's a horse and a pig right there. A man with a foaming blue cock being arrested by police because of said cock. And an old man just chilling. Two very creepy, unstable people. A man being swallowed by a Christmas tree. At least that's what I get from this. This is one of my favourite images as well. Another very David Lynch, very dark humour in this one. A bedside table full of medication. I think that's brilliant. I love that image. A very green carpet with a glass of water. The glass is half full, if you ask me, not half empty. A massive head on the dinner table. That's blank, and then again you get like song listings and information there. Now obviously I can't put any of the music in this video because that would be naughty, and now that I'm a partner on YouTube I'm not allowed to do that. So what I would suggest you do is go out and either like download this album on iTunes. I'm sure it's available on iTunes, or buy it. It's seriously worth buying. It's one of my favourite albums. It is absolutely fantastic. For any fans of Danger Mouse, The Shins, anybody who likes David Lynch's movies, this has a very similar feel to a lot of his films, so I would really recommend you pick this album up and have a listen to it. Because even the songs in which he doesn't sing, he also like wrote some of the lyrics and stuff, so they have that kind of off-kilter, Americana, dark side feel to them, which I really appreciate because, like I said, I'm a big David Lynch fan. But yeah, that is Dark Night of the Soul, one of my favourite albums. And what I might do is actually start doing like CD updates and stuff. Either that or tagging them onto the end of DVD updates. I don't know, let me know what you think in the comments. But what I would really like you guys to do, who've sat through this video up until this point, is make a video response. Show off your favourite album, or one of your favourite albums, or your favourite sets. Because this is, you know, it's not my favourite album of all time, it's one of them, but it is my favourite set that I own. So if, you know, please make a video response and show off one of your favourite albums. And, you know, I would be very interested to see what kind of music you guys like and whatnot. And please subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks to everybody who already is subscribed and leaves comments and all that stuff. Anybody who's going to do a video response, thanks in advance. You're all absolutely brilliant. And yeah, I shall catch you on the flip side.